time.
No way!
Yeah.
Is it starting? I think it is.
Otherwise, I would have been like, what? Meerkat.
I think it, yeah, it has started, so go right ahead.
All right. Hello, my name is Kenta Honjo from Sony, and we just announced the RX1r Mark II. And from the front, it looks like a regular RX1R, but indeed it is the Mark II that I have here. And the first thing that you're going to notice is, and then the really cool feature on this camera is the variable optical low pass filter. And what that means is, before we had two versions of the camera, one with and without a low pass filter. So with a low pass filter, you don't get as much moire, but you do sacrifice resolution. But now on this camera, you can actually change the settings, so you can either have it on standard or high low pass filter settings, which is really cool. And you can actually shoot it in bracketing mode to get all those three settings as well. So it's very practical, very usable, and the ultimate, I guess, camera in a compact form.
Talk to us about the LCD screen and the lens, please.
Right, so LCD screen is the same. I believe it's like 1200 3-inch screen. The viewfinder is really good. XGA 2.4 million dots in there as well. So 0.74 magnification, extremely sharp corner to corner.
There's an eye sensor?
There is an eye sensor, yes.
So there we go.
And then, yeah, and the screen also tilts upwards 109 degrees, and then downwards as well, which is new to the, compared to the RX1R before. It has the Mishu as well, and Oliver
It's a standard hot shoe, correct? Yeah.
Standard hot shoe with, if you have Sony accessories, there are some terminals back there, which does communicate with some of our smarter accessories.
Cool.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the lens now.
Yeah, it's a good point. So the lens is really special. There is no change from the predecessor, but it is a 35mm f2.0 lens, and you have the aperture ring here, which is really nice. Has a nice click to it. You also have the option to change it into macro mode as well. The fundamental question I think a lot of people have is, why would I choose this camera over an interchangeable lens camera? Now, if you wanted a 35mm f2.0 lens, you're not going to get it in this size, because what's happening here is actually the lens elements extend much more beyond the mount surface, the typical mount surface for an interchangeable lens like camera, and goes all the way inside here, almost touching the sensor back there. So in a fixed lens camera, because you're not detaching the lens, you can make a camera design to optimize the lens for the sensor. And also in assembly, you can adjust the lens element to be perfectly aligned to the sensor to give you maximum resolution image quality.
So tell us about the price, and tell us about when this is launching.
Right, so the RX1R Mark II is $3,300. So it's $100
US, correct?
US, that's correct. And coming in November.
Late November, mid-November, any idea?
I think late November, but
in time for holidays.
In time for holidays, yes.
Cool.
So that's it, yeah.
Could you show us the EVF one more time,
sure,
please?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit more about the specs on the EVF.
EVF, XGA OLED viewfinder. With it, you get about 200 shots, and then 220 shots using the LCD. So the power consumption is a little bit more on the EVF, which is a common thing that people don't get. The reason why is because when you're looking at a screen so closely, you do discern much more detail. So we spent a lot of time making